12 facts. So let's go for 12 spiritual fact number 2. So I would ask Jenny if you can see and read it for us.
Spiritual fact number 2. Oh, let me move this real quick so I can see. There is no need to compare yourself with others regarding holiness, merit, goodness, deservingness, sinlessness, and so forth. These are all human notions, and God is not limited by human notions.
Thank you. It's a great reading, and it's a beautiful fact we need to understand that when we are in pain and guilty and living in a lower consciousness, we start often to compare my state of life with other people, whether in good sense or bad sense, mostly in a bad sense. Okay, that's why the other uh, toxic negative emotion generates are generated, such as um, jealousy, envious, anger. Okay, um, and so and we start to wish that other person should not be happier or successful in such a way. So uh, the fact is that we don't need to compare ourselves, and why we don't need to compare, because you are priceless. There is nothing in entire universe uh, is like you. Okay, and in spiritually, what we have in our mind, uh, the definition of success, or if somebody has a luxury car, like for example, my friend has a Tesla car, and I have just a very basic car, and I try to compare myself that I'm not blessed or I'm not successful. So these all are very relative terms in form of success literature. These are our own creation. These are not factual. Sorry, these are not actual, but these are factual only. And these are very temporarily standards of success and happiness we have made in our life through media, through people and cities and places where we brought up, where we born are. But the real is God is independent of these all things. That is a spiritual fact. I mean, if you try to make God in these things, your very silly human intelligence cannot do this, because God is beyond from these notions. Okay, these are all creation of ourselves, and we use these old terms and concept um, relatively, comparatively. Okay, um, God is independent of this. God is nothing to do with this. Okay, God is not limited by these notions. That's very simple. Don't try to put God things, God in these things. These are your own creation, man. Okay, these are all creation by your ego mind. Your egoic mind has created it. Okay, your language guru, the people who are developing and creating language notions and words, sentences from thousands of years, they have created this differences. God didn't do. God is independent of this. God does not need a language. Okay, God is independent of language. These are your creation. Okay, and therefore you don't need to compare, because if you will be not comparing, then you will be very blissful person. You will be really under the shadow of God, because uh, you are ignoring those things which God uh, also does not care, because it's not the relatives of uh, related with the God. That's so simple. Okay. Um, I remember when I was young, I used to compare myself with many people, and no matter I was at a good place in my college or university or even a professional level, I always feel discomfort and sense of inferiority. Uh, and these complexes never settled in human life, because as far as you are driven by your egoic mind, you never be a happier until, no matter you become a millionaire or you no matter you which level of success you are, you will remain distressed. You remain very, very dissatisfied. Okay, but eventually, if you want to be in a peace, then you have to be in align with your God. Okay, which is independent of this. So this is the fact number two, which we need to be very understand about how these things uh, is related with my real life. Okay, initially it will be a difficult, of course, because everyone is living with notions and this comparison. Okay, uh, even if we don't compare individually, we start to compare one city to other city, one state to another state, one country to another country, one religion to other religion. So there is no limit of this thing. These are all human, bloody human creation. Okay, but as for if we are aware about this bloody human creation, that will no longer harmful for me. But if we are blindly following these creations of notions and comparison, we will no longer be peaceful, because we are becoming the victim of each other egos. Okay, on our individual level and the nation level. Okay, um, so look at, no matter America will be the or is the superpower of the world, but we in America, people have so much stress, because when they compare certain aspect of their American life or state of America with China or with Russia, they start. I mean, their egoic mind start to um, feel distress. Okay, the same thing with Russia, same thing with India and Pakistan. So when we start to compare with our rival nations, with our rival and enemies country, then I mean it it is felt on a big giant collective level, and this anxiety, this frustration goes all across the globe. That so comparison is the most serious thing we do, and only spirituality, okay, will help you to live without this comparison. The spiritual fact number three, and he's saying that the concept